good afternoon everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully this film will be a little bit shorter than the rest, because I'm aware that they've been creeping up in length over time. Sometimes that's inevitable, but I do try and edit out as much superfluous material as possible. So a few little odds and odds type jobs today. Okay, so I didn't film it, but I can't remember if I, in my previous film, said about the inside wall being wet, and you can actually feel it with your hand, let alone with a moisture meter. And I think the reason is that this gutter and this downpipe were keeping this corner wet all the time. So to resolve that issue, hopefully, I've reset the gutter. I've reset the gutter, so I put all the brackets sloping down that way, of course. Removed the downpipe that was here, which is a cast iron one, and that was all broken and wasn't really fit for purpose. Put a stop end on and redid all the cut the pipe to length. So that is now running out and down to that end instead. I've got to get a bit of downpipe to replace to put in that position there. So that's that. Now then, there's little bits of areas where it really needs repointing, but to be honest, I'm not going to. It's not too bad in that corner. It's this bit of wall here is the issue, because it's solid wall. Any moisture is transferring through. So you may be noticing this white stuff all over the wall. So I've got left over some waterproofing, which is called, let me see if you can see it on the camera. There we are, Storm Dry Masonry Protection Cream. And as you can see, when it goes on, I've already done all this, of course, but when it goes on, that's what it looks like. And then but then when it dries out, clear. The only thing, it gives the bricks a slightly darker colour than without the protection. So hopefully I'll show you that in comparison to next door's house, because I've done the front of the house, and give you a comparison on that. And then so that should hopefully show you what it's like. It looks a little bit dry around here, so I'm going to put a bit more up there. Where else was it? Up here. The trouble is, this mortar, black mortar, is very porous. There we are. That should do it. That's that. So I'm in the process now. As I say, just using this up now to get rid of it. I very much doubt it's going to be enough to finish off that. It's not particularly cheap stuff, but it works quite well. So let me just move to the inside and I'll show you. So I don't know if you can see this. Let me just see. Yeah, you should be able to see it. As I say, this section of wall, it is really damp. So if I was to, because I've bought some cue boards to put on here to clean up the surface, but if I try and stick it to this, it'll just come back straight off because it's too wet. So I'm hoping that with the storm guard that I've put on the outside, this will have a chance now to start drying out. We'll see, but it's gonna take a while because now obviously we're in the winter time, and you know, there's no heat out here as well. So there we are. What I may do in the interim, I don't know, is I might just paint it just to make it look nice, and then I've got some paint left over, which is breathable paint. This stuff here, Santex. I think it's breathable, resists peeling and flaking, dirt resistant. So if it's breathable, then it'll allow any moisture to eventually come out. We'll see. So yeah, that's that. So let's go to the front of the house, and I'll show you the difference in colour. Bye for now. Welcome back. So yes, looks like I might have lied to you. But there is, I think, it's very hard. You probably can't see it on the camera, but I can just about see it. There's like a difference. There's the line where I've gone up to there, and that's it. It's slightly lighter than this side, but you know, you can hardly see it. And I tell you what, when it rains, because we get driving rain from this direction coming up, hitting here and hitting that corner there especially, and the water just beads up. It's lovely, absolutely great. So you know, it works well. So all this brickwork here I've done all the way around in an effort to try and keep the damp from penetrating the house. So that's an update of what I'm getting up to. As I say, I'm just going to use up the rest of this in this bucket, do as much as I can with it. I may concentrate on the bottom half because obviously water hits the floor and bounces up. Yeah, we'll go from there. But funnily enough, this corner inside is not, you know, it doesn't seem to be any wet or damp issues. So it's obvious something to do with that downpipe that I was having the issues with. Anyway, right, now you may have spotted this in the film earlier, so you may be wondering what this is. So I'll give you 5 seconds to try and guess. This is what they refer to as an Oya. And I think it's spelled O-L-L-A-S. And it sort of originates, the idea originates, I think, from South America, you know, the Incas, Aztecs, or whatever you want to call them. And it's a watering method, basically. So you get these obviously these are not original Oyas in as much as the way they designed. The ones that they made were just clay pots with very fine necks, and the idea is to stop the water evaporating out, because if I put that in the ground, it would just evaporate out quicker than if it was covered over. Anyway, I'm digressing a bit. So basically it's 2 unglazed pots stuck together in that configuration. The bottom hole is sealed up like that. Now you can't see it obviously, but inside I've placed a little bit of tile, stuck it in, and used this what did I use? Grip fill, that's it, I think something like that. Hopefully that'll be waterproof enough. And the idea then is to bury this. I'll do this without dropping it and smashing it. The idea is to bury this in the ground up to the very top, up to there, and then you fill it with water, of course. and being unglazed pottery, it allows water to seep into the ground in all directions, and apparently it's good for up to 12 inches, somewhere around about that distance, depending on the size of the pot, I would imagine. But so the plan is to put this in the greenhouse down the allotment, and then I'll have a tomato plant here, tomato plant there, and then that way both plants will get access to this then, and hopefully it will balance out the watering, because obviously some days I can't get down there to water for whatever reason, so you're getting the regular watering is not happening, and as a result, but when you do water, the fruits start splitting because they're getting a sudden surge of water to use up. So to try and alleviate that, I'm trying this method now. Most videos will show you them using same size pots. Now it just so happens that I had these different size pots, and so I've used sort of coupled them together that way, but it'll work exactly the same. In fact, it may actually work better, because if that edge was bang on the edge there, there's a chance of it working its way through, whereas this way, the only way, because it's inside, it will, once it hits that, it runs down on the inside. That may be a better idea, I don't know. So yeah, there we are. So I've made 2 of those because that's what I've all got, but I've got to make more. But this is the experiment at the moment. I think that'll do for now. I'm just going to put the rest of the storm dry on now, and actually tomorrow I'm going to be planting my onions and garlic, so I'll probably do a bit of filming of that tomorrow. Okay everybody, bye for now, and I'll see you soon.